Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Greek&Riek podcast. Episode 3, in fact, the fabled episode that everyone wanted us to do. So we're back with a better setup this time around, thanks to my buddy over at. Sorry. That way.
What, buddy? I'm not there. I'm
I
there on Video Ninja, but not on the screen, man.
I just pointed at the wrong direction as well. I was like, that way, because it's
My
showing that
my
way.
good friend, the wall. I love the wall.
You know what? The wall over there is definitely him. Anyway, so it's been a while since we've actually released episodes, and that's mainly because a year.
Released last year.
Yeah, it's been a
Late
while.
last year.
Yeah, it's been late last year since we released an episode, but that's because we've had a lot of stuff, we were doing
We,
behind the
we
scenes.
both have our own life. We haven't been speaking too much. And then today we, funny enough, spoke, and we have something to laugh about. Mostly laugh, but also complain.
Indeed. And
And we're
yeah,
gonna share that with you later.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And
We have
first
a
of all, hey, I'm Reek, and with me we have the Greek. Hey, Tony.
hey guys. Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We actually did do some, I guess, analysis with Reek about an upcoming, um, how do I say this, trilogy of
Remake,
games.
remaster. It's more like a port.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like that. But it's basically, if you guys have been following or haven't actually heard, apparently, Rockstar Games, or specifically Take Two, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they are releasing a trilogy of the Grand Theft Auto games, specifically Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, which,
Yeah. First of all, I think it's better if we start from the beginning. So 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago, from the day that we are recording right now, we I was like 8 years old. Tony was like he has yet to be born. No, just kidding. No, but no.
maybe.
Exactly exactly 20 years ago, GTA 3 released on, I think, probably console, knowing Rockstar. But yeah, GTA 3 released, and the year after Vice City released, and 2 years after San Andreas released. It was all fun. They're still really good games, and did some good things with the game. They did some bad things with the game. Think about the San Andreas remaster on the phone and on the back to the PC. That's like the single best thing that should have never happened. And with best, I mean the worst thing.
Best and worst.
Yeah. So rewind to early 2021, where I don't know who exactly did it, but there were notes about the anniversary of the 20-year GTA 3, and that is not a bad thing per se. They were making a trilogy remaster specifically of the 3D trilogy, which are Free, Vice City, and San Andreas, obviously, always bundled up. And we haven't heard anything about that until September, I think. That's when more things came to light that it's going to be.
Yeah.
Thinking about the official order, somewhere late September, they found out in the source code of the Rockstar Games launcher that there were listings for the trilogy, but in the name it says Unreal.
Yeah.
So, is this an Unreal Engine? We would think a remake. When I think of, oh, a different engine, it has to be remade. But that is not per se the case. So, a little bit after that, we found that there are new achievement pictures. Everyone loves achievements, all good stuff. And then a little bit ago, I think 2 weeks ago, Rockstar finally, after super much speculation, came out with, hey, we have this anniversary coming soon. We're so happy, and we are going to release Free, Vice City, and San Andreas in a remaster that is pretty cool. And no one was pretty sad yet at that point. A little bit after, they came with the announcement. I think the same day, actually. They came with the announcement.
Yeah, it was same
They're
day, I
gonna,
think.
that are going to delist GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas in the next coming week. That already happened, obviously. So there's no way, except for physical copies, to purchase 3, Vice City, or San Andreas. Not on Steam, not on the Windows Store, not on consoles.
Yeah.
And but they are going to release it on the PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox, Series X, on the Nintendo Switch, somehow, on PC, obviously, and then in 2022 on your favorite iOS or Android device,
Your favorite.
which they shouldn't have done. Really, they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
We have a Nintendo Switch, for crying out loud.
The problem I find with the announcements and everything, for a start, I mean, obviously I don't mind remakes or remasters in that case, but as we're soon going to explore a little bit, I'm not going to be showing any pictures for the for the sake of the people listening. But you can pretty much just find these pictures on the official Rockstar page for the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition because we don't have enough words for our essay game. But basically, to sum it up, it's pretty much the old games, but basically with a better
But
engine.
before we tackle that, what do you think about the whole delisting of the older versions, which are in and itself they're alright versions?
Well, if I were to actually talk about that, I would say, first of all, it is definitely important to keep the older versions of the games up. Not necessarily because, it would give them a lot more revenue or any of that nonsense. I would say it's a lot more better of a vanilla experience because there's bound to be a lot of quality of life improvements, which some might be good, some might be bad, which,
Yeah,
we can't really tell. But it would
we'll
be
talk
nice.
about the
Oh, yeah, go
we'll
ahead.
talk about the improvements a little bit later. But
For sure.
honestly, I think it's pretty no go to just delist all the old versions in favor of the newer versions. What if they're not good?
Yeah.
And in the 2 week period that you couldn't buy, or 5 week period that you couldn't buy it at all.
Yeah.
And obviously, I am more into this because I'm a speedrunner. I run on version 1.01. I need this.
I mean, the thing is that I feel like the problem is sort of the same issue that I guess I'm just gonna throw the towel in and say this. It's like Nintendo. You know how Nintendo basically takes down or doesn't even provide, I guess, which we're gonna talk about later, but I'm just gonna say this. Nintendo doesn't really provide a lot of a really good way of playing old games outside of just buy this like classic console or you know maybe virtual console in the olden Wii U days. But now with like the Switch, it's a lot more subscription based to the point where you don't actually get to keep those games forever. It's basically a time limit of when you play those old games. And plus, may I
DRM
add,
is terrible in general.
not only that, it's also a handful of games, so not even the whole like library of them, which I understand, but it's definitely kind of sad for some people. Um, but in that case, in terms of the GTA trilogy, I would say it's a lot better if they kept those versions running because, yeah, I understand maybe they're old, maybe they want to just pump out the new version of the game, but to me, it just doesn't make a lot of sense because you would definitely find a lot of people that are going to be really disappointed with this, and they're most likely going to archive those old versions and pirate them because there is no actual way of playing those older versions anymore outside of piracy in a sense. Which number one, I don't condone piracy, but number two,
Also,
yeah, go ahead.
no, finish.
But yeah, number two, if the developer themselves don't actually provide a way of playing those older titles, it is understandable why people go to such extreme, measures. I get it. It sucks that this happens, but it's either you give an official solution without just taking away the old one, or just, like you just have it's something that you can't avoid, like evidently. It's something that
They
happens
are
eventually.
giving back the quote unquote same game on all the new consoles. So it's probably time to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So today, a little bit after 1 o'clock my time, a little bit after 2 Tony's time, I found out that the store page is already up on their own website. It's still still a little bit hidden. I got like the early show, and then half an hour later, they published and spread out all the information about it,
Yep.
and that's when things happened.
It's not
So,
pretty. Let's just put it that
Grand,
way.
yeah, Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. That's the complete title. I don't know why it's so long and it has two D's in whatever. Coming November 11th, 2021, and on disc on December 6th. So that's a whole month later. On the oh, and also on the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to say that one, but not too important. You can pre-order it now, and it will release in 20 days. Then we scroll a little bit down on that page, and we have this magnificent trailer of, and it starts with mature 17 M plus.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, and you can see CJ just walking around, and then with a fade from left to right, from how it was and how it is.
Now,
And you can definitely see that colors are more they're less washed out. That's mostly it.
uh,
Honestly, that's a bit more magic. I feel like they're not as washed out as Rockstar shows them in the trailer.
to be fair, one thing to point out is that for some reason, I don't know why, but me and Reek actually noticed that the GTA San Andreas footage they're using is most likely either the PS2 version of the game or maybe the PC version with very low graphics. For some reason, I have no idea why. They're really not showing any footage of the remaster version, which, for some that may not know, refers to the Android slash PS3 version of the game. I
Yeah,
think,
about that. I
yeah.
should probably say that San Andreas specifically, I don't know exactly about VC and free, but San Andreas specifically, it came out on the PlayStation 2, then it got ported, like literally ported to the PC. Like we speedrunners, we actually notice that the controls are literally just PlayStation 2 inputs but bound to keys. It's really awful. Then
Yeah.
that got remastered by a third party to work on the phone, and afterwards got ported back to modern consoles. It is still possible to get touch buttons on the game while playing with mouse and keyboard or controller. It's really not worth it. It's the only reason I bought it is because it has this massive glitch that you can finish the game in 15 minutes. It's wonderful.
I'm trying to look up the dev that actually ported this version of the game, the PS3 one.
War, war something.
Trying to look it up really quick. But I don't think I'm going to find it, unfortunately. Unless I go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is always nice, isn't it?
It is, but I could probably explain a little bit more about what is happening. Also, this player, for whatever reason, you can only mute and unmute. There's no volume controls.
Yeah, what the hell, Rockstar?
Yeah.
You have a
Okay, but
website and it doesn't even work as a website.
yeah. Okay, so this trailer, it just shows a lot of scenes from Free, Vice City, and San Andreas, with a lot of those fades from left to right, how it was and how it is. It definitely looks better, but it's literally just a lot of like a lot of shaders were just added. And since this game can run on modern consoles and the PC, which also is a lot more modern controls and the whatnot, it automatically looks better. There's a lot, yeah, again, shadows, shaders, but a lot of textures, they look terrible. A lot of character models, well, I guess the one from GTA 3 is okay. You can definitely see his hair a little bit more. Tommy Vercetti from Vice City definitely gained 20 pounds. And then CJ definitely just yeah, no, seriously. And CJ, his face is just I don't know what's wrong with his face, but there's something wrong with it.
What I like to refer to CJ as is basically, I guess you could call him Will Smith from Shark Tale. Like, it's basically, it is literally like the first screenshot you
Wait,
see.
you say Will Smith from Shark Tale, not even just Will Smith as Will Smith.
I guess, yeah, Will Smith as Will Smith, but mostly
Fresh
just.
Prince, man.
But it's like, let me just
Yeah.
say now, I don't mind. I understand what they're trying to do here. They're probably just trying to polish the models and everything. But the problem I find, for me at least, is that you can definitely see a lot of really a lot of weird stuff. Like you can tell that there's something that's off about this whole
Yeah.
trilogy. Like, I don't know whether it's the models. There's like a specific cutscene with I think it's Tommy, right? From Vice City. Is it?
Sorry, which one?
The one I posted on Twitter about,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's Tommy Vercetti from Vice City.
yeah,
His
so
hand, he looks like he has 5 thumbs.
yeah, like you just see one of his, like, the pinky finger. It looks like he had a lot of really heavy work to do, I guess. I don't know, it just got like flattened. Um but you see a lot of these weird, like,
So
things
this is
about it.
yeah, it's definitely unfortunately a remaster. So it's the same game but with different textures. Some of them are definitely upscaled, but most of them are yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to
Like
say.
there are textures in some of the cutscenes that or cutscenes in the pictures that you see
But yeah,
that
um
that don't look upscaled as much. I can go a little bit about what things they did change because they did change some things. A GTA 5 style controller layout, if you care about that. I don't know if you care about that. Okay. Improved gunplay and targeting controls with upgraded drive-by controls in GTA San Andreas. So in San Andreas, it's only in San Andreas, and you know what makes me or what I think about that?
it's bullshit.
There is uh, a cheat in San Andreas. First of all, I thought it was a chaos mod thing, but there's a cheat, and that basically is just free roam, free shooting outside of the car, just like in GTA 5 a little bit. But that's a cheat. I think that cheat is now a feature in game.
I actually didn't know that. Damn.
Not a lot of people know that.
Yeah, it's nuts. And the funny thing about all of this is that need I remind you that obviously there are, like, enhanced visuals and everything, but there's like a lot of stuff that, to me, like, I understand what they're trying to do here. Again, I'm not, downplaying or saying
Oh,
that,
I
oh,
am.
I guess in a way you are, because, the old games, they're delisted. Like, it just doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. But to
I'm
me,
happy that they're putting the new stuff in, like updated weapon and radio station selection wheels.
yeah,
We wanted
like,
that.
the
Updated
quality.
minimaps with enhanced navigation, allowing players to set waypoints to destinations.
I
Okay,
mean,
whatever. However,
the. Oh, yeah.
if you know GTA 4 and 5, you had these literal GPS waypoints where it showed the shortest route, shortest legal route to a certain place.
Oh, yeah.
If the old games have this, and GTA 3 has a map in the menu to begin with, that is actually pretty cool. The ability to immediately restart a failed mission. They already had that in the remastered things. New Rockstar Game Social Club accomplishments or
Achievements.
uh, achievements.
Yeah.
And then enhanced visuals with improved graphics and fidelity across all 3 games, including higher resolution textures from characters to weapons, vehicles to roads, and much more for greater detail. Okay, not everywhere, but definitely at most places. Okay, and then the next 3 points. A completely rebuilt lighting system with enhanced shadows, reflections, and more. Improved water and weather effects. Enhanced detail in trees and foliage. Shaders! They just added some shaders.
I know, right? We got scammed already, and it hasn't even been out yet. That's the funny
And
thing.
increase draw distance to provide a new level of depth and definition. Yeah, they only did it because they can right now. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. For me, let me just say this. For me, these enhancements just read like a fan made mod. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, someone out there, because I know there's like a lot of, stuff.
about that,
Oh, yeah, go
about
ahead.
that. Before you have a valid point, but before I go into that, they also have platform-specific features like 4K resolution support with up to 60 frames per second on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. If you are playing on PC and have an NVIDIA, uh, not capture card, the graphics
Graphics
card,
card.
you can have DLSS. And if you have your Switch laying around, then you can play in handheld. You can aim with your finger, zoom with your fingers on the touchscreen, and aim with gyro, which is pretty cool. Honestly, that's like the one cool thing that these platform-specific features
Hey,
have
you
for
wanted
me.
a gun for the Switch? Now you're gonna get it with.
Yeah. But yeah, uh, Rockstar's publisher Take Two was in the news pretty much very often in the recent year of 2021 for taking down a lot of mods. Specifically, a mod that decompiled GTA 3 and Vice City, like a real decompilation, as well as a lot of mods that altered the look and feel, and that a few mods that added missions from either other games or new missions to the game. And we now know why. Because honestly, looking at the screenshots at the bottom of this page, this looks like a modder did it. This
Yeah.
is not, again, this is not a remake. This is literally just, oh, we got some old things, we wax it off, we make it nice. That's it. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, and the
It,
funny thing is, like, when you also stop to consider that they said that they wanted to, like, I just saw like a comment right here that says they said they wanted to keep the old style as well. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but if you're gonna go as far as to make a remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty sure it's a remake at this point. Because if they don't use like the assets and most of the things are like a lot more close to GTA 5 style of graphics, then I'm pretty sure it qualifies as a remake at this point. Um, the thing is that if you're going to go as far as to keep the old style, I'm pretty sure you could have just, I don't know, fixed a couple of issues. You can see that in some of the models, there's still a lot of like that PlayStation type of look,
yeah,
you know? Like there's
it,
really something off about it. Like,
it's not a remake. It's definitely just polishing up what was before, and the visuals were definitely shaped by the PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox.
yeah, and you also get to see a lot of more polygons, which is very distracting. Like in some of the models, you can really notice that, like in the close up shots as well, there is
Crosshair,
something.
for example.
Yeah, like there's a lot of shininess to them, like as if they're, plasticky figures. Like they're not action figures, bro. They're meant to be like, I get it. You can't go for a too realistic look, but I feel like if you're gonna go as far as to just say, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna go ahead and just, what did they say? Um, you know, high resolution textures from characters to weapons. It looks like you just literally took the remastered version and just literally just upres that, you know?
I feel bad for Tony. Not Tony. Tommy.
Tommy, yeah. Tommy just took the worst treatment, man. Like his pinky.
He looks like a dad in his 40s that
Yeah.
definitely ate a little bit too much tacos.
Yeah. He
I
looks
feel so
like he's
sorry.
about to quit the trilogy, man. He's like, "Listen,
But yeah.
Rockstar, don't put me in this, man." But they got him anyway. But no, I mean,
So
yeah,
one last thing is we did some tests or we checked out some missions with the exact same voice lines. The audio is unchanged from what I can tell, at least voices. Radio songs, obviously, a lot of licenses have expired.
so
They
yeah.
even re-released or updated San Andreas to remove some of the songs that we all loved. I'm not entirely sure if they actually put songs back, but doesn't matter. I do expect a lot of new good songs that are home to the time that they were in. Vice City is played in the 80s. San Andreas is from the year 1992, and I don't know when GTA 3 played. Not long after, like 96, 2000, somewhere, somewhere there.
Yeah. Like, to me, I feel like if they're gonna go as far as to add anything, like again, it's mostly quality of life changes that I guess make the game a little bit modern. A little bit is, I guess, putting it lightly, but you know what? I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing. I just want to see actual gameplay because we have no idea how
Yeah.
this will play out. There may be a lot of issues, like bugs and glitches and crashes because we all know that Rockstar has a history with releasing a lot of really messed up ports.
Rockstar is known for being amazing in storytelling, cinematography, and whatnot, but programming is not their strong suit.
Yeah, like
I had
Bully.
I had a run die 5.5 hours into it, and I was almost done.
Wow, that's sad, bro.
That is
Very
pretty
sad.
sad.
But
Okay.
the thing is, the one last thing I'll add to this, again, I understand people are skeptical, but maybe we'll give it a shot. I don't know which version you're going to be picking up, whether you're going to go,
PC, obviously.
of course, because it's faster. But I think
Yeah,
I
I
may check out the Switch version. Honestly, who knows? We'll see.
yeah. Keep me up to date because I am definitely interested in how it will happen on the Switch. I don't think it's going to be a like Capcom does or Square Enix where you have to stream the game.
Oh,
It-
I hope
It's,
not.
it's, it's basically Google Stadia.
Yeah, yeah. Google Stadia. We don't talk about that.
I don't dislike it, just not for action games. GTA works.
Bruh.
There's there's another thing that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. What else?
Damn, I forget. I forget.
Of course, it was
Oh yeah,
Rockstar's doing.
I was watching the reaction of Joshimus, and he wanted to fool everyone by installing all the mods and wonder if he could trick people into thinking that it was the remastered version.
Did he actually do it?
No, 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 no. That was his plan, but the HUD is probably not gonna change a little bit, and most mods don't do it.
Of course.
Yeah, we want to see actual gameplay.
Yeah. To me, again, I feel like if uh, if the trilogy comes out, I definitely would love to see a couple of gameplay. Maybe I'll definitely experiment with the Switch version because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not sure, like, if they're going to run as good. Like, I'm pretty certain that it's not gonna. It might hit the 60 FPS range, but again, knowing the Switch, um,
Probably not.
probably not. Maybe 30 FPS. I'm assuming, and maybe a
The
lot
last
of lower resolution, like maybe 900p, most likely. Who knows?
the last thing we should mention is that the game is gonna cost $60 or whatever, like normal new game thing in your area,
Yeah. So basically, full
which
price.
is full price, but it's not per se a bad deal for a polished up version of three amazingly big games.
But that we're gonna have to wait and judge that when it
Yeah,
releases, in my opinion, because if it's
I'm just
buggy,
opinionating because it's definitely gonna cost more than 24 hours to 100% the games.
absolutely, yeah. But I'm really excited to see, to see if they actually manage to pull off a good remake in that case.
Yeah,
So yeah. So let's move
yeah.
on.
Let's
Uh,
move on.
we have an announcement. This is like a very short notice that we're gonna mention. In a few days from now, in October 27, we're going to have a state of play. Not we, but Sony. I already botched it, but
We are
there's
gonna have a state of play, and we're gonna show what we are
yeah.
gonna do for our console. Except my name is Sony.
So, yeah, there's going to be a state of play in October 27. It will be 20 minutes long, and it's going to mostly focus on announcements and updates from third-party devs. So yeah, that's going to be kind of interesting to look forward to, I think. But I'm assuming you know what I would love to see from Sony? A lot of people saw that they released God of War on PC, Bloodborne. A lot of people want that. Give the
A lot of
game to
people
them.
want that.
Maybe they'll announce it, who knows, but it's a Sony state of play, so it's kind
Is
of 50-50.
is Demon Souls for PC?
Uh the remake?
Yeah, the remake.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It'd probably be on Epic Games at that point, but no. Um so yeah, there's that to look forward to. Now, in other news, let's talk about Nintendo for a little
That was
bit.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
big
short.
big big Nintendo, daddy
So,
of my little Switch.
so we have a lot to discuss. So, first of all, let's talk about the obvious thing, which a lot of people are going to mention.
Are we mentioning?
They might mention it, who knows? But let's talk about the pricing, or in that case, the expansion pack itself that Nintendo announced or revealed in the Nintendo Direct. Now, if you're unaware of what that is, to summarize it, basically, Nintendo, if you buy a Nintendo Switch Online membership, they give you the ability to be able to play NES and SNES titles at the moment. But it turns out that they actually released a new membership plan, which allows you to play Nintendo 64, Sega Genesis games, and you also get a DLC for Animal Crossing. All for the good old price of $50 or $79.99, I think, or I think it's $70 if I remember correctly.
It's $50 dollars. Let's say dollars for a membership for one person, and then you have $79 indeed
Is it
for a
79?
family plan of 7 or 8 people. I think 7.
Okay, so let me just start off by saying this. Now, again, I understand that they obviously need to increase the price by a little bit. But in my opinion, what they've done here is essentially gatekeep a lot of people because, first of all, the biggest issue with all of this, also, I apologize for my doggo. But the biggest issue of all of this is that, first of all, this membership plan is not even available for 1 or 3 months. You have to actually get this plan for a year. That is an issue. Like, $50 for a year would be okay if it was Sony or Xbox because you actually get a lot of benefits. But because Nintendo doesn't give you a lot of stuff, not to mention that their servers are capped as all heck. We're
That is
talking.
not. You're saying that, but I disagree here. They are giving you the access to play for $20 alone. They give you access to online. You
Okay.
can play a lot of NES and SNES games. I don't know if it's over the internet, but you can definitely play co-op on the couch. Another
Well,
person in the games that support it, like Kirby Superstar.
you can.
And now with the updated thing, they indeed added Super Nintendo 64 games, which are, well, after you purchase it, you can play it all year, and the Genesis games. And what I do think that it's really silly that it's only Animal Crossing. I really think that there's going to be more Nintendo DLC that's going to be locked behind Nintendo Online.
Yeah.
Because again, Animal Crossing alone would be silly. I think it's going to be something bigger for bigger Nintendo games like Metroid Dread in the future, maybe. Or they're going to do something with Odyssey. I don't think so. The
See,
new Zelda that's coming out
the issue I
sometime.
have personally with this is that, again, just to summarize, I understand what they're trying to do here, and I don't disagree with like the idea of having a subscription based plan for like old consoles. I feel like that's a neat idea, and if they actually, take that into whatever next console they release, the next Nintendo console, not speaking specifically about the Switch, mind you, but if they do actually keep that service for every other generation of consoles to release, I feel like it's a good thing because, you get access to old games that you might have wanted to check out. Now, frankly, yeah, it sucks that it's not all of them, But again, the fact that they give you the ability to do that, I feel like is good. IMO. Not the best, but what can you do? It's Nintendo. Now, the thing that really rubs me the wrong way here is again, the price is like $50 and it's a yearly membership. Yes, okay, it's for a year. And you also get a discount if you do already have a membership and you want to upgrade. But I'm not sure how many times you can do it and how good of a discount you get. This is like to be seen later down the road. But for me, the thing that kind of kills it, first of all, is the Animal Crossing DLC, because you're essentially locking people for a year for a DLC that I'm pretty certain that you cannot keep after, your membership has run out. So that's already a big issue. Number two, yeah, N64 games are great, but I don't think both them and Sega Genesis games should be around the $50, price range. I feel like $40 would be nice. $20 more, that's a pretty good price in my opinion. $50, you're not really, again, like, it just doesn't seem right in terms of their server maintenance and in general. Nintendo servers, they're not very good. Like, if you play Smash, I'm pretty sure you're gonna agree to a certain degree that their servers are kind of terrible.
I don't think it's per se their servers. I think it's mostly because a lot of people are still playing via Wi-Fi.
It could be the case, but I'm pretty sure that when you're telling me that if you have, let's just take this scenario for a second. If you have a good internet connection, and we're talking like, 100 megabit upload and, 100 megabit download, you cannot even download those speeds on your Switch console. Like, it is limited to 80 megabits download and 20 upload. And that's especially with the Ethernet dock. Like, that is a problem, I think. Because, again, I understand. A lot of people might not care and they say, you know what? I just want to be able to play my games. That's absolutely fine. But again, I don't feel like the price tag is fully justified. Like, you can even go to the video itself and you can actually see for yourself. A lot of people disagree with Nintendo's choice here. I'm not saying that it's, I'm not.
I'm not gonna say that it's a bad deal per se. I'm gonna say that it's a bad deal right now because they're definitely gonna add something to make it a little bit more worth. And we all know that Nintendo loves to do stuff unprepared.
Yeah, like, again, I feel like the main thing that really ruined this for me a little bit was like, if you're gonna announce something like that, please don't do it in a direct and then just say, oh yeah, we're gonna reveal more information later down the road, and then you give them
If
the price
anything,
tag.
please do it in direct.
I guess, yeah, do it in a direct, but please be prepared about it. Don't say like, oh, we're gonna reveal more information later, and then it's like $50 or you get nothing, no benefits.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Okay,
weird.
maybe
Anyways,
yes. Except for that Sora announcement for Smash, that was worth it.
you
Uh
really,
oh, he
you
wants to
really,
say something about it. We're on this subject now. We're not changing.
okay then. You know what? I'm gonna
He's
say
speed running, finishing up right now.
okay. So, yeah, in terms of what we were talking about, the Nintendo Switch Online membership thing, again, I don't necessarily agree with it. Like, in terms of the price range, I feel like they should definitely, like, I hope to God that the discount is worth and that it's not like, oh, yeah, like just 5% discount or something like that.
You
So,
don't have to agree with it. Vote with your wallet.
I wish that were the case, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people would just buy into the nostalgia, man. Like,
No, I'm talking about yourself. Stand up for your principles.
hey, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. As far as
No,
as far as for me, like, I'll definitely try it out only once, and then not more than that because it just doesn't make sense to me as of right now. Maybe later down the road, it might be a lot more worth. Who knows? But as it stands right now, yeah, not really worth. So anyway, I guess
you
let's
want to
move
talk
on.
about Sora?
Yeah. So Smash, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate
Yeah,
specifically.
an end of an era. We have no more uh, discussing who's going to be the next Smash fighter, or for now, the last Smash fighter. That was culture in the last 3 years.
I know,
It was
right?
so so awesome that we got the fourth character. I don't remember who it was.
The
Not
fourth?
important, I think. Banjo Kazooie? Doesn't matter. The important thing is that Sakurai announced we're gonna do another battle pass with 6 more characters,
Oh yeah,
and you can give us
the
more money for that.
the second
And
fighter pass.
yeah, the second fighter pass, and everyone was so happy about that.
Yeah.
So
So
we had 6 more characters. We had Min Min, which no one cares about. Don't worry about that. And then we got
whoa.
Minecraft Steve, which is a really interesting
Crossover, yeah.
character tech-wise. I've seen him play in competitive mode not too long after. Really interesting. Sephiroth, uh, Myra Pifra, Pyra Mifra, almost. Uh,
Almost got it.
Terry was the fourth, I think. We Kazuma, and then now the last one, the end of an era. No more discussing. Smash is pretty much final right now. Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
How did you feel? What
So,
emotions were in your heart the moment you heard the thing,
oh,
the what do you call it? The keychain, the Mickey Mouse thing on the keyblade.
so let me just say this. To me, Sora being in Smash, because I actually, I'm just gonna say this. A lot of people in the community, including me, have been legitimately hoping that Sora would be in Smash, and we've
Yeah,
been, we've
he
been,
was one of the most top voted characters.
yeah, he was very requested. And the funny, the funny thing about all of this is that I remember when Sakurai announced Sora would be in Smash, he actually stated it is not because my company's name is Sora, which is very funny. Um, it's
I,
so
I missed that. I totally
yeah.
missed.
He's like, we didn't actually do it because my company's name is the same name. But the funny thing apparently is that the reason Sora actually, you know, was in Smash finally was because Sakurai, if I'm not mistaken, actually, um, met coincidentally, by the way, a Disney rep, and they asked if they could get Sora in Smash, and they were all up for it. So
That kind of makes zero sense because except for that keychain, there is nothing Disney related to his inclusion.
I
It's all
mean,
Square Enix aside.
the thing is, to me, I feel like it should be that way because it would definitely, like, I understand for some people, like, maybe it loses the charm because it's not exactly Kingdom Hearts without Disney and Final Fantasy, but I
I mean,
feel
not even
like,
Disney, not even Donald Duck or Goofy in the final Smash as characters just standing there and helping attacking.
yeah,
That
I mean,
is that is a crime.
it is a crime, but you know what? To be fair, how do we have Sora in Smash? That's the important thing. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, like the lack of Disney characters, like you could make the same argument with, the lack of Final Fantasy characters in the third game. Like, it's the same ordeal. You can't say it's not. Listen, I know a lot of people will defend that and say, look, the third game focused on blah 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 Disney and stuff. I get that, but it's the main reason Kingdom Hearts is Kingdom Hearts is because Disney and Final Fantasy. So I don't really see that. But to me, again, the fact that Sora is in the game at all is the important thing because he has a really good moveset. Funnily
Apparently,
enough,
he's a really good air fighter.
the only issue is that he's floaty, and that definitely there's a couple of disadvantages. Sakurai did mention that you could actually get easily knocked off, but having played with Sora a couple of times, didn't actually play online yet, but I will probably do that on my Twitch channel. Make sure you follow me
I
if you haven't.
I whoa, the shade, the shameless self promotion. I
Shameless
haven't
plug.
bought and I haven't bought any DLC yet.
Oh, you should now.
However, one thing that I do want to mention is that Square Enix now have 4 characters in Cloud, Sephiroth. uh, the hero from Dragon Quest for
Oh
whatever
yeah,
reason, and Sora.
yeah, it's crazy.
And especially that Sora has a special relationship with Sephiroth and Cloud.
Yeah, it's really funny. And when you stop to consider that again, like there's a lot of his moveset from the games too. I feel like it translates really well, honestly, to Smash. Like it's funny. I never expected that they would actually figure out like, oh, this is a really good move to add in the game. Like it's insane. And also the stage itself. I am a little bit disappointed, I will say. I'm not 100% like, oh, sold all in on it, but I will just say this. I find the lack of songs or battle themes, I suppose, would be the right way to put it, a little bit disappointing. Like, yeah, okay, it's mainly focused on Kingdom Hearts 1 songs, but I do feel like there's kind of a weird mix up. Like there's like a
The whole
gummy,
the, the whole character is based on, except for the alternative costumes. The whole character is based on Kingdom Hearts 1.
yeah, and
So
like
I can understand that somewhat.
yeah, but like that's kind of the thing. Like to me, I feel like there's a slight lack of, battle themes which they could have taken from other games because funny enough, his design is based on the Kingdom Hearts 1 attire, but his voice lines are like literally ripped from Dream Drop Distance. It's so
Really?
funny. Yeah. Like if you hear any of the quotes, these are the same quotes that play in Dream Drop Distance. They didn't even bother to use his first game quotes. I don't know why. That's kind of weird, but I guess they
Maybe
wanted
they lost.
to.
No, they didn't.
I don't know. It's really weird, but still, to me, I feel like it is a great DLC. But I do feel like there are some things which maybe they could have done a little bit better in terms of the music, specifically. To me,
How, have you heard about the one big thing that I did? The $60 DLC. You haven't. Okay. So there are a few songs, and obviously not all songs are the best because there's so many good Kingdom Hearts 2 songs. The Struggle, Fimifigure, 13th something, Remembrance.
oh
There's one
the yeah.
song.
Hmm.
There's one song that you unlock if you have a save file of Kingdom Hearts melodies
Oh
of
oh
whatever the name is.
yeah, Melody of Memory. If you have a save file, yeah,
Melody of Memory, yeah.
you're
If you have
right.
a save file of that, you unlock one of the songs.
Yeah, I actually saw that.
I mean,
Now,
technically, Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2 did the same with Psycho Mantis. If you have certain save files on your memory cards, then oh, I see you've been playing this Capcom game, Resident Evil. Ho ho ho. But but yeah.
speaking of Resident Evil, by the way, bros, it is time. Resident Evil 4 Virtual Reality Edition. Because why the heck not? Capcom
Oh,
was like, you know what?
tell me more.
So
Well,
apparently, uh, it is already released and you can actually play it now. I'm not 100% sure on the details, but for some weird reason, it's only a Quest 2 title. Why is that,
I
you
can't
may
play it.
ask? Yeah, I don't know why. I'm sorry, Reek. I apologize. I don't know why it's
Well,
like that.
fine. I don't have to play it. Jeez.
Yeah, I could just mod the game and play it that way. But no, it's like the funny thing
Oh,
about this,
it's probably possible by piracy.
maybe, who knows? If anyone could mod the game. No, but let me just say this. So, funny story, I actually tried to see, because they revealed it like a while back that, oh, Resident Evil 4 is, coming to VR. So, apparently that was an announcement only for the Quest 2 and not for any PC releases, which kind of weird. Like, I actually searched the Oculus store on PC and I found nothing. Don't shoot the messenger. I may be wrong, but still, literally, I have no idea why that is the case. Oddly enough, if you actually play the game, there are some lines which are actually cut in order, and I quote from the devs themselves, to be accessible for everyone of, like, to be a little bit modern because for some reason there's like a line that Leon says in the game, and apparently it's too it's too crazy for anyone to hear. So you get the point. Now, how does the game play? I mean, it's VR, like you know how it is, but I think it's a good VR experience from what I saw. At least, like it looks to be like updated textures, and I'm not sure. I don't actually remember right now because kind of running on that on the top of my head because I actually saw some gameplay. Um, but it looks to be like pretty much a they recreated all the environments, but basically made it so that most of the action and whatnot is pretty much VR. So, do I think it's worth $40 though? I don't know. Like a Quest 2 title, like that seems a little bit
Why not?
restrictive.
It's still a lot of work.
You know what? I love that idea, but there's also
It's a remake.
someone actually did something cool. Which was they pretty much just they went ahead and they played the game, but they actually played it on a garage. So they pretty much just moved like in their garage and simulated movement in the game, which is really cool. Like that, you know what?
So it's an actual remake with work put into it.
Yeah, in my
Opposed to GTA, honestly, Grand Theft Auto, I would not be surprised if the animations did not change.
I mean, most of the stuff looks the same to me. Like I I don't know, like I can't really speak for because I don't speedrun GTA, but most of the things look kind of the same outside of, graphical enhancements, which we've already touched upon. And it looks very weird. And oh my God, why? But yeah, outside of that, I mean, it's pretty interesting. Like, Resident Evil 4 VR, like, I'm probably going to play it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream it because it's kind of weird. I mean, like, how it's going to work. I already have a little bit of trouble streaming VR games as it is, so who knows? Maybe you'll see it,
It's
maybe you won't. But hey,
so, but hey, I'll be waiting for that.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of
Mr.
fun.
Tony, want to see more VR streams from you. Just see you waggling around, hitting your chair. Good times, good times.
Man, if only I had a lot more space, like maybe a garage or something.
In any
Now,
case,
anything
we
else?
are getting close to our time limit. So maybe, Tony, have you thought about a highlight, a, a recommendation of anything? Because otherwise, I can go first.
I mean, it's up to you. Go,
Okay,
you can go first.
cool. So I've been watching a little bit of Netflix recently. Everyone knows Squid Game, so I'm not going to recommend that. However, if you want to hear something better than that, or see something better than that, there is a game called Alice in Borderland. It has nothing to do with the is it Disney? It is Disney
Yeah,
with Alice in Wonderland, with the exception of that there's a header and it goes about cards and whatnot. And it's basically the same idea of you have to do games in this dystopian world, but it's so much more better. Many more characters that do something that matter, that kind of stuff.
that's cool.
But only if you're more into Squid Game. If you're not into Squid Game, I have another recommendation for you. This is a little bit more realistic. It's an 8-episode show called Clickbait. It's about a guy that gets kidnapped, and then everyone is trying to get him back and learn about who he really was and whatnot. Because a lot of weird facts just came to light about it. It's a detective show, but the really cool thing about it, in my opinion, is that every episode, there are 8 episodes, and every episode is viewed by a different person in in the cast. First, it's a sister. After that, it's a police agent. Thirdly, it's the wife. And I'm not gonna say anything more because some characters might be a little bit spoilery, but
Just go watch it.
just go watch it. It's you can binge it in a few hours.
Cool. All right. So I guess my turn to recommend something.
Oh, and one thing,
Oh,
really think about if you want to support Take-Two and Rockstar in the GTA remastered thing because it's questionable. I
yeah.
still get it, but again, I don't think it's worth it.
Okay. So as far as it goes for me, recommendation wise, I would say definitely play a game that I've been playing actually on stream because I like video games. Definitely check out Neo the World Ends with You and The World Ends with You, the first game. Pretty amazing games, both of them. Some people might ask, should I pick up the Switch port or should I play it on DS or what is the best version? Really, whatever you find more accessible. Even the Switch port is good enough. You know, you can play handheld or the gyro if you want to stream it, unfortunately. So it is what it is. But I would say Neo the World Ends with You is a really good game that actually got nominated for the best Nintendo game of the year. So, in my opinion, I feel like you all should go and check it out. It's a really, really good game. Very artistically great, and music wise, it's really catchy. So, yeah, and definitely, 100% it because it's worth it. Trust me. Um, I guess from a lot of people that have played it, they've told me, hey, it's definitely worth. So yeah, that's uh, that's all I'm gonna recommend. Anything else? I would maybe go buy the DLC for for Super Smash Bros. Sora if you wanna go ahead and I guess check out the Last Fighter because I just like to add this before maybe we close out. Um, I don't know if we're gonna see another Smash Brothers title because I feel like that should be said. Super
On
Smash
the next
Bros. Oh,
on the next console, probably.
listen, we can be like, oh, it's probably gonna happen. We have no idea if it will happen any day or any year at this point because the thing is that Sakurai has worked a lot for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He's been working hard for like a lot of years, including Smash Brothers on the N64, Brawl, Melee, and in that case, Ultimate. So, or even Smash 4, 3DS and Wii U. So, in that case, if you do want to check out Smash, you definitely should. And if you want to play with me, I'm all up for it because I'm definitely going to be playing with a bunch of people.
And he will smash your face, so watch out.
I'm just going to throw it out. I'm not the best Smash player, nor am I trying to be. I'll leave that to, whoever is a professional. But IMO, it's a really
Armada
fun.
will kick your ass.
Oh yeah, you're all talk, and we'll see about that. But yeah, in that case,
He doesn't know Armada.
you should definitely check it out if you want to have fun, and if you do want to join me on Smash or Reek or anyone else, feel free to do so. I know I say I play with people that I know, but I will also give the opportunity for people who are in my chat, but people
Just stream it.
who are active on my chat, not complete, whoever just like joined right away, that sort of stuff. I'll just put like a guideline because I don't want any like professional to be like,
No,
oh,
no, no. You need to say everyone who is there, otherwise they won't come at all.
okay, sorry, yeah, everyone who's there is going to be able to
There.
join my lobby.
I'm your growth manager, man.
You're
You
right.
need
You're
to
right.
work on your growth.
Sorry. You're right. You're right. So, yeah, I feel like that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for watching or listening another episode of the Greek&Riek podcast. Now, next episode, because I know some people will ask, will probably come out sooner than this one because this one took
Yeah.
like 1.5
And
year.
and we'll promote it a
A
little
lot
bit
better,
beforehand. You can sleep over it.
definitely.
Right.
Um, But yeah, in
It's
that
all our
case,
fault.
yeah, we're sorry that we were late again with this edition.
No, we're
But
not.
you're right, we really aren't. But we will be in the future when we pump out more episodes. But to be fair, we will definitely also invite other people from the speedrunning community. So you will also get to hear, a couple of thoughts from them when it comes to certain topics. So in that case, thank you so much once again. Do you have anything else to say, Mr. Recult?
Rate the video, like the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.
Please like and share it with your dog or whoever else you have in your room. But yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys again soonish, most likely. See ya.